Yo, what's going on with y'all? It's your boy NeoXO, and today I have to cover this Black Clover chapter. So today we're going to be going over chapter 243, and this chapter was crazy, man. So let's get into it. So pretty much we start off where we left off in the last chapter. Ghosh got impaled with a freaking rock sword that Dante threw at him, and it went directly through his stomach. So that's crazy. Like, that is a fatal injury, man. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know if he did in fact die, because you know sometimes they got all different type of magic in this kingdom. Somebody might be able to heal him, just like we seen a few chapters back with William Vengeance. He cast a spell that healed some of the Golden Dawn members who were about to die pretty much. So pretty much Asta is continuing the fight with Dante, and it's confirmed that Asta has completely lost his mind. Dante even says that himself, and Vanessa also says that. So pretty much Dante says, I wanted to have some conversation, but now isn't the time for that since you lost your mind. So that's pretty much saying right there that Asta has gone pretty much into a rage form. Like he's losing control. Like the devil is inside of him is pretty much taking over. So it's really using a lot of percent of the devil's power. We know Dante pretty much they don't want to use too much of the devil's power. I say like 50% of a devil's power is pretty strong, because I'm thinking in my head that if you use 100% of the power of your devil, then it's gonna completely take over you, because we seen Asta's devil wanted to take over him during the witch arc. So we don't want it to completely take over him. But you can tell that it's taking over him more because he has even more horns now. Before, he didn't have that many horns. So you can tell it's taking more percent. So no telling how much percent it was in his first form. But this is like his second form transformation. And we know everybody in the anime community, in the manga community, loves transformations. And that's a fact. Transformations go hard. Nobody is going to tell me they don't like transformations. Got a cold transformation. Asta got a cold transformation. Speaking of this chapter in my mind solidifies that Asta is definitely stronger than at this point. We know they're rivals, and obviously they're not going to be equal at every stage of their journey. We've seen pass up Asta before, like during the tournament arc. Whenever they were the tournament to become Royal Knights, we seen was definitely ahead of Asta. He had the spirit drive form, and Asta pretty much got eliminated out of that tournament, and was the victor. We all know that. So during that part, is stronger. But now I think that Asta is stronger because after the time skip, is a vice captain, but at the same time he doesn't have any new powers. He just has more control over his old powers. You know what I mean? Asta is unlocking new powers, man. He has a whole new form that he did not have before. Let's see what else I want to touch on. Pretty much another thing I want to touch on is Netto. Netto is gonna be useful. When I first seen Netto, I was like, what can she possibly do? But the first Wizard King pretty much put it in Netto's mind to say like, hey, you can use your magic versatile. Or your magic can be versatile, pretty much. So we see that right here when Vanessa is saying if Nero is here, she can seal up Ghosh's wound. But then even though she says that, she's like, but maybe not. But it's worth it. It's worth a shot. I mean, you know what I mean? It's worth a shot. And we have Gray. We know Gray and Ghosh are really close to each other. You know what I mean? So she's breaking down. She's like, man, I'm useless. My transformation magic is useless. She's breaking down, having like a whole breakdown. and I think that's gonna trigger some growth in her to get stronger. And I also think that Ghost may be out of here, man. Like he might be gone. Like he might be dead. Pretty much is what I'm trying to say. Like I don't, you know what I mean? I mean, there's really no way to put it. I don't know if he's gonna die. Like I really don't want him to be dead. I want somebody to come out of nowhere and save him because I like Ghost. I like all of the Black Bull members. We have a connection to them. We've, been with them for years now. And I do not want Ghost to die. But at the same time, somebody's gonna have to die out of the Black Bulls. You know what I mean? Like in Naruto, we had Neji die. People have to die, and emotions is what drives stories, and us getting strong emotional reactions is what makes the story better. You know what I mean? Even though we hate to see him go, we have to say like, hey, it might be his time, pretty much. And this chapter was just fire, dog. 10 out of 10. I ain't gonna lie to you. We got Asta pretty much going rage mode and fighting Dante. And Dante is really going off. Like Dante is not even trying, to be honest with you. And Asta can barely touch him. Asta does manage to touch him at the very end of the chapter, but it was like a small little cut on his lip that he got onto Dante. And pretty much some other little details I want to cover. Dante is possessed by Lucifer. That is the name of his demon or his devil. We also got a mention of the word devil. We didn't have a name before. Now his name is Gred or Greed. One of the two. It depends on how you want to translate it. And pretty much Dante was saying that they have a class system of the demons, just like kind of in the human world. So that's making me think they're like parallel in a way. Like they have the demon. Dante was pretty much saying they have superior demons and they have lower class demons. That reminds me a lot of, hey, they got royals and then they have the peasants. And this leads me to believe that Asta and his demon, who we don't know yet, no one knows who this demon is, but Asta's a peasant and Asta's demon could be like a lower demon, and they overcome together in a, like a cool story, man. It's a cool story. Like the lower class rise to the top through hard work and training. And it seems like Dante is able to talk to his devil, but Asta only really talked to his devil once during the witch arc. But I want to see him talk to it more, and then they could work together. You know what I mean? Instead of his devil trying to possess him. But yeah, we got Dante pretty much picking up the earth and making it into meteorites and just shooting it at Asta. And that's insane. And like Asta's breaking through him. This is insane. When this gets animated, bruh, it's gonna be insane. But I mean, pretty much that's my review for y'all. If y'all enjoyed it, please subscribe and click the like button. Other than that, I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video.